Welcome to the Explainer. Okay, today we're diving into something that is honestly a bit terrifying. We're looking at the super simple domino effect of how just one reused password can literally cost you your entire digital identity. You know, it's one of those things we all casually brush off, thinking, oh, that won't happen to me, right up until it actually does, and the panic sets in. The truth is, the mechanics behind these attacks, they're surprisingly straightforward and incredibly common. So we're going to break down exactly how attackers operate, stepping through the actual vulnerabilities to show you how a hacker can systematically dismantle an online life in, under 5 minutes.
To really grasp the gravity of this threat, we kind of need to completely reframe how we think about our email. Gmail isn't just some digital shoebox where you toss spammy newsletters and random work memos. It's the ultimate master key to everything you do online. It's literally the one single critical door standing between a malicious actor and your bank accounts, your private social media, and your most sensitive personal files. And if someone gets through that door, well, the game is essentially over.
But here's the really chilling reality. Attackers don't usually need to use those fancy, complex Hollywood hacking tools to break down that door. You know, there's no green code raining down on a screen while a guy in a hoodie furiously types. Why force a deadbolt if they can just find your spare key already floating around out there on the internet? The incredibly boring but highly effective truth is that your passwords might already be exposed, just waiting for someone with an internet connection and a little bit of spare time to connect the dots. It isn't magic, it's just methodical searching.
Section 1. Finding your digital footprint.
So before a hacker can even try to get into your email, they need to figure out who you actually are. Security experts call this the footprinting phase, and they use OSINT, which stands for Open Source Intelligence. It's so simple, it's frankly a little unsettling. An attacker might just start with a completely anonymous phone number. By running that number through a public reverse lookup engine, think of apps like Truecaller, they can instantly extract the target's real name, their location, and, crucially, their associated Gmail address. With absolutely zero technical hacking, you've suddenly gone from an anonymous string of digits to a very specific target on someone's radar. It's a stark reminder that our phone numbers are pretty much public IDs these days.
Section 2. Weaponizing leaked passwords.
Now, what's truly fascinating about this next phase is that hackers aren't actually attacking Google's highly secure servers directly. They're attacking human habit. They take your newly discovered Gmail address and plug it straight into public breach directories. This fuels an attack known in the industry as credential stuffing. Basically, they look to see if you used an account on a less secure site, maybe some local restaurant app or an old resume builder that suffered a data breach years ago. Because human psychology tells us we absolutely love using password 123 for everything, their big bet is that you reused that exact same compromised password for your all-important Gmail account. And they're usually right.
Sometimes, though, these directories don't just hand over the password in plain text. They might provide what's called a hash, a scrambled cryptographic string that represents your password. But please don't let that jargon give you a false sense of security. Attackers routinely deploy automated decryption tools, rainbow tables, or dictionary attacks to crack those hashes right back into readable text. Even if a few characters are censored by the database, basic pattern recognition software can fill in the blanks in literally seconds. Once that automated process finishes, boom, they have your real password ready to go.
If you're sitting there right now thinking, well, my data definitely isn't in these databases, consider the sheer terrifying scale of this threat. Just in May 2024, a massive leak distributed over Telegram exposed 361 million unique email addresses and their associated data to the public. To put that into perspective for a second, that is more than the entire population of the United States. Hundreds of millions of records sitting right out in the open, fully indexed and easily searchable for anyone who knows exactly where to look.
Section 3. The total digital takeover. The cascading damage that happens the exact second an attacker logs into your Gmail with that leaked password, it's an absolute avalanche. The moment they are in, they immediately start pivoting. They jump straight into Google Drive for your personal files and tax returns. They scan Google Photos to build a private profile on you. They check Google Pay for your transaction history and banking details. They pull up Chrome to harvest all your saved website cookies and logins. And the ultimate kill shot? They hit Forgot Password on your social media, intercept the one-time password sent to that very Gmail inbox they now control, and permanently lock you out of your digital life.
Let's just take a second to really let the gravity of that sequence sink in. Everything, absolutely everything, can be hacked with only one Gmail. If an attacker controls your recovery email, they control your entire digital footprint. They can trace your every online movement and completely hijack your identity. It is a total, unrecoverable takeover.
Section 4. How to protect yourself.
Okay, deep breath. Fortunately, you absolutely do not have to be a victim to this domino effect. But first, you need to know your current status. Open a new tab and visit a trusted breach-checking database. Have I Been Pwned is a great one. By simply typing your Gmail address into the search bar, the site cross-references billions of records to tell you instantly if your email has been caught up in historical data leaks. If you get a red flag on that screen, you need to consider it a critical, undeniable warning that your information is out there in the wild.
Now, if you discover you have been breached, you must immediately sever the hacker's access. Change your password right away to something complex and totally unique. Ideally, you should be utilizing a dedicated password manager so you never have to actually memorize it anyway. But the absolute non-negotiable step to secure your account, enabling two-factor authentication, 2FA. With 2FA turned on, even if a hacker uncovers your exact password from a dark web database, they are stopped dead in their tracks. They cannot get in because they do not have that physical secondary confirmation from your mobile device. It's a real game changer.
So I want to leave you with this pressing question. Is your password in the hands of a hacker right now? Seriously, don't wait to find out the hard way. I strongly challenge you to go check your digital footprint right this minute. Update those vulnerable credentials and turn on two-factor authentication. Lock down your digital front door. Stay safe, stay educated, and thanks so much for joining me for this explainer.